What's up, people? It's kind of chilly here in Georgia today, so I'm wearing a jacket and Dookie's in the seat taking a nap. But we've got something real special in the mill for you today, and that's not it. I gotta cut this old pine up real quick into a cant and stack it over with my other cants I've been cutting. I finally have that stack knocked down pretty good. Not much left on it. And we're getting these cants stocked up here. I'm gonna have to restack all those once I get them all cut and stacked here, just to sort of my size. And plus I need to put some stickers between them so they can dry out properly. Most of those are just about dry though, because they were pretty old and the bark has slipped on them already. They were just on the edge or the verge of rotting probably, but they're good logs. But today we're gonna be cutting up some of this beautiful black walnut. And we are gonna start with my smiley face tree. That one's got a split in it. I'm gonna go ahead and get it cut down to size and get it stacked up and start drying. Now we will be putting these into a kiln later as we build the kiln, but we're gonna get these things cut up, get them started anyway. I don't know how many I'll cut today, but I know I'm definitely gonna cut that one there for you. My stockpile of white oak is growing, and we got a lot of poplar. I got those little pieces there. I don't know why somebody cuts them so short, but they'll still make lumber. They're at least 8 foot, some are 6 foot. Got a big stack back there of poplar, these 2 big white oaks, and a huge stack of pine. And we use more pine than anything, so I can always use pine. Can't have too much of that stuff. And we have some sweet gum over here too. It probably doesn't make the best lumber, but we're gonna make some lumber out of it. First of all, we're gonna start by cutting up this pine and turn it into a 6x6, I believe. I think we can get 6x6 out of it. If not, we can make a 4x4 out of it. We're gonna cut that up and get that stacked, and then we're gonna get our black walnut on the mill, and we're gonna start cutting that stuff up for you. More sawmill juice. We did end up with a nice 6x6 here. Got a lot of blue in it. big smiley face log on here. We're gonna get this thing rotated on here where we can cut it the best, most efficient way, so we get the most lumber out of it. One of these I've got to make a fireplace mantle out of, which will be 6 inches by 14 inches. So I gotta make sure I might be able to do it out of this one here, because it needs to be 6 foot long. But we'll see if we can get 14 inches out of this. I think we can, but this one centerpiece here is kind of yucky. I don't know yet. And we do have a knot on this one, so we might have to choose another vlog for that. Fun fact for you, did you know that black walnut is not named for the dark wood inside of it, but actually for the actual walnut and the bark? The walnuts out of these trees are actually a superfood. That's crazy. And Indians used to make a lot of medicines and foods and all kinds of things out of it. It's supposed to be really good for you. However, the sawdust from this stuff is an irritant, and you should never use that for animals or anything, and it will make you itch like crazy. This walnut here, the species is called American black walnut, or other words known as Eastern black walnut. And this is the most common walnut in this area. However, there's quite a bit of species out here in the US, but on the north or southeast here, this is the most common. We're actually starting to lose a little bit of our daylight, but I don't know if I showed you this or not. I did it on a short a while back, but I did install lights on the sawmill. I installed 4 lights. I got 2 up there. I turned them kind of funky just to get the best angle for the wood on the deck for dark. And we added 1 here. That's for the scale. So I can see the scale pretty good when the lights go down. We got 1 right here underneath the deck, or underneath the gantry here to shine on the blade. And I'll show you that. These things are pretty bright. I got this one here. But yeah, they're super bright. And I'll cut them all on. And this allows us to get more hours of the day for cutting lumber. Our days are getting shorter and we're running out of light quick. Today I started this video a couple hours ago and there was plenty of light. And then after making a few runs back to the house and doing a few other projects and in between, next thing you know, it's the sun's starting to go down. So it disappears around 5 o'clock now. So we got a little bit of light, but we don't have any sun, and we're gonna lose this light quick. But we do have those lights on the mill, which is nice. Another fact about this wood, it is super hard, so I gotta make sure I have a good blade on here. I did just change this one out. It's an old blade, it's been sharpened a few times, but this wood is super hard and it's slow cutting, so we're gonna see what we can do with that blade. If it gives me a problem, we'll put a newer blade or a sharper blade on it and try that. But we're gonna go ahead and make our first cut. That blade definitely didn't do the job like it should have. I got marks all on the wood and it's real wavy, but we did get down to some of the heart of it. I'm gonna change that blade out and put a nice sharp blade on there and try to recut this thing because that looks rough. I'm about to get this log rolled over. wavy cut. I do need to change that blade out. I figured I'd get my rough cuts first and then change it out so I can get smoother cuts on the stuff that really counts. It's starting to get really dark out here, as you can see on the camera. Darker than I really want to do with this log here. Pine would be one thing, but this one I want to make sure I get premium cuts out of it. So I want to make sure it's cut real nice and I don't have any mistakes or screw ups, because this wood's kind of hard to come by. So I'm going to end this for tonight, and for you it'll be instantaneous, but I'll continue this tomorrow morning sometime. So I'm back. I lied. It's actually been over 1 week since we were back on this black walnut. I had a ton of pine to do. We ended up getting a lot of rain for a few days, right as I was cutting before, and couldn't find time to get back down here. And then I had a bunch of pine orders I had to get out, so, and I still got some stacked up here for customers to pick up. But we're back on the black walnut. I got it on here. I'm gonna flip it up now, and we're gonna start cutting down from the sides. So we got it squared up anyway. I'm getting down to the heart here. Let me get some water and reveal that grain for you. All right, I think I'm out of the sun here. There we go, get some water. Wash that sawdust off. And this sawdust is toxic, by the way, or caustic or toxic or whatever it is. It will make you itch and break you out. But look at that great grain. That thing's awesome. This one's not as black as some of them, but it sure has some pretty grain in it. It's more of a dark brown in this one. This other side actually is a lot darker. It's almost a purple shade. But I think maybe it's because it's been sitting out in the sun. But look at that. That's some pretty wood. I love black walnut. I think everybody does. And you can look at this side. Nice and dark wood. This makes some pretty furniture. I think with this one here, I'm just going to continue cutting from where I'm at and cut 1-inch boards down and until we get down to the bottom. The bottom has a big knot in it. This side's real clean, so we're just going to cut from this side and work our way down. First of all, I'm going to change that blade out because I've already changed it twice today, but the last time I changed it, I had some pine to cut, and I didn't know it until I flipped the log. It was a lot of mud. It caked in the bark, and when I cut into it, I just cut on through it and cut that lumber up. And blade's pretty dull right now, so I don't want to mess this wood up trying to cut it with a dull blade. So we're going to start with a fresh one here. Get this water. You got to see the grain in this thing. Oh, it's getting nice now. We're getting down into the heart of this thing, down towards the center. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. Beautiful. That's why everybody loves black walnut. Man, that looks like tits. Very nice. Very, very nice. So I've got that one all cut up. Man, that come out really nice. I got to build me a pallet and stack that stuff and sticker it and cover it so it doesn't crack or warp or anything. The ends are painted on it, although it's painted with brown paint. You can't really see it, but they are painted. I'm gonna get this stuff stickered, stuck on a pallet to dry, and when we get the kiln finished up, it will go in there. But right now I gotta get this sawdust up because that stuff is toxic, and Jetty loves playing in that sawdust pile, and I don't want this stuff in it because he will inhale this stuff. He'll be itching all night. I'm gonna go ahead and make my pallet up so I can stack this stuff. All right, we got that stacked up and palleted. We're gonna add some weight to it and cover it or strap it up and set it to dry. I might carry it up and put it in the barn. But man, that's some nice wood. Like I said, we got a lot more just to cut. Look how nice that is. That one little knot came out really nice in this tree. I got some more with some big crotch figures in them too, so can't wait to cut those things. All right, well, that concludes the video for today. We appreciate you coming and watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you hadn't already. And make sure to check out our patrons if you'd like to help support our channel. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching. Thank you.